In today's world of uncertainty, world of hustling and bustling, most at times couples don't have time to cement their intimate relationship, especially those that live in together. You find out that people who stay apart long to be in each other's arm, and that help them to have frequent intimate relationship, especially those that visit once a week, twice a week, or once in 2 weeks. Get down to intimate relationship more frequently than those that are living together. Why did I say this? Those that are living together are easily distracted by the things happening around them, by raising their children, making money, running helter skelter to put things in place for the family, while forgetting one very important thing in their lives, which is their intimate relationship. Regardless of your activities, your hustling nature, your business, or whatever, you should never underestimate the power of intimacy in marriage. You must pay attention to it, regardless of what is going on around you, except if one of you is down, the other person has to support the other. I am Coach Sarah, and I'm going to be taking you on a journey of how to spice up your intimate relationship with your partner, regardless of how long you have been together. Point number one, we do not prioritize intimacy after some years of marriage. After some years of marriage, you hear couple interviewed. How have you people been living? We have been living peacefully. We are okay, this, that. Okay, what about your intimate relationship? We have once in a while, but not as much as we used to do. But do you know that there are people that have been married for over 15 to 20 years, but their sex life is only getting better? While you are 7 to 10 years and you are complaining that you no longer enjoy this as frequent as you used to do, just because you feel you are already old in the relationship and you have had enough of each other. That is a very wrong perception. And I can tell you for free today that the moment you start neglecting that aspect of your relationship, you will begin to build a bricks between you and your spouse. When I say bricks, it means every one of you will be on the edge, easily irritable, picking on each other at every little provocation. Why? Because the happiness hormone has not been released for such a long time. Let me tell you, this sex hormone, the hormones you release, both male and female, after orgasm and ejaculation, has a way of stabilizing your mood, making you feel important and closer to your spouse. So you can imagine being together for so many months without experiencing this, or being together in the same house for more than a month and you have not had this experience. Meanwhile, nobody is sick or going through any physical challenge that will not allow him or her perform her duties. That is unfair to the both of you. Don't you think so? So instead of staying such a long time without enjoying your intimate relationship, you can actually make a new commitment with your spouse. Okay, since we have not been having this as frequent as we used to, can we start with twice a week? Randomly, let us try and meet up with twice a week. From there, you will find out that you will long for each other more than you ever do before. And you never can tell, things will actually get better from that point. Just be committed to one another and ensure that you make your intimate relationship a priority. By so doing, you will only get closer, better, and stronger instead of growing apart just because you are growing older in your relationship. That is not an excuse. Marriage is work, and this is part of the work. Get down to work and enjoy your intimacy. Which is point number two. And the Bible saying in the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 25, a house divided against itself cannot stand. What does that mean? Whenever intimate relationship is not taken as a priority, is not taken seriously, you will definitely stand against each other subconsciously or consciously. You will see couple having serious issues, having unnecessary arguments, the man shouting on top of his voice, she does not have regard for me, no single respect. She does not do this. She does not. By the time you start to probe, what did this woman do to you exactly? The man may say, "Eh, I can't remember her, but she does not have regard for me. She does not respect me." And then, oh, please, can you let us know what is going on? You may not be able to mention until you probe further. You will now find out that it's been such a long while since they enjoyed their sex life. So I am calling on couples today. The moment you start drifting apart, you cannot agree on things. God made sex to be part of marriage because of how important it is to the adult life, to the adult well-being. You can imagine enjoying what it's meant for your marital pleasure. You will suffer all manner of things. Women will start becoming moody and unnecessarily angry. The important thing here is that it is a way of exercising. Beside the fact that it makes you to be closer together, you exercise. It is a very good form of exercise for the couple. For the male, it helps to reduce prostate enlargement. Do it for the sake of your heart. It is equally good for your heart. For the women, it is a very good mood stabilizer. So please do not neglect this, regardless of what the economic situation is in the country. You have to pay attention to it. Regardless, it is very important for your health. It is very important for your spiritual life. It is very important for your psychological and social well-being. So never underestimate the power of your intimacy. Do you know that the more frequent you enjoy your intimate activities, the more you want to please your spouse? If you don't get to enjoy this part of your relationship, nothing is at stake anywhere. Everybody will just do things because they have to do it, because they are responsible, not because they do not want their spouse to be angry. If you enjoy that more frequently, you will hardly have disagreement. Goes to the women. My dear ladies, I have come to realize that most times, once we start giving birth to children, we change. Hormonal changes and physiological changes during pregnancy and delivery affect our physique. And for that reason, we have to learn to change our wardrobe when need be. Do not wear lingeries that is all over the place, something that is in vogue just because it is in vogue. Wear things that fit your size now. If you know, when I say physiological changes, your stomach may enlarge beyond the usual. You may have added some weight. So because of all those belly button fat and all that, you don't have to wear things that are meant for people that are slim. You have to get something that will make you look sexy and beautiful in your own skin and size. Wear colorful lingeries, wear colorful clothes, anything you know that turns your man's head on. If he is interested in red, flaunt red lingeries. If he's interested in black, flaunt black. Whatever turns him on, try and do them so that you can keep the fire burning. Do not say, I will not wear this again because we have passed that honeymoon stage and he may no longer consider them necessary. There is nothing wrong with looking sexy to seduce your man. He is yours. And for that reason, you have to do things that will make him feel carried away with you and follow you. They use the kids to make excuses. I'm too busy with the children. I don't know. oh, I don't have time to go and make my hair. I couldn't have my bath in the morning and all that. And you see a woman smelling. If you raise your armpit, smell. If your husband come around you, even if you want to tease you or play with you, he will not be confident enough to do that because he wouldn't know where the next smell will come from. So please do not neglect what you wear, your courage, your beauty. I'm not trying to tell you to do things that are so extraordinary, but do things in moderation according to how much you can afford at the moment. And I am assuring you that you are going to rekindle your, intimate uh, activity as far as you are interested in doing so. Wake up and step up your game. Point number 4, appreciation. As simple as appreciation sound, appreciation will go a long way in making your intimate activity very, very fun. You can imagine a man delivering on that activity and you appreciate him by calling him beautiful names. Every woman knows the name that turns her husband's head on. Every woman knows the way she praises her husband that makes him feel like a demigod. So praise them for every little things they do around in your life, in the home, for the kids. If you keep praising that man, the man will want to do more. But if the only time you know how to comment is when the man did not perform as much as you want him to do, you will be killing the morale of the man in ever coming up to do anything with you. Talk more of delivering. So please let the men to learn to give their wives attention. If a husband comes home and see the wife looking this neat, just tell her, well, yeah, the hair is beautiful. My wife is looking stunning today. Where are we going to? Show her you recognize her presence. Show her how beautiful her skin is. Whatever her complexion or size is, it makes women to be readily available for you even before you ask. And whenever you are not even around with your spouse, for appreciating them for every little gestures they do for you at home, they remember one thing you say and smile and want to be with you. Sometimes they may even send you texts. Remember, do things, if you forget, if you must have forgotten to say thank you at home, if you remember what this person did that you have not appreciated, send it on phone or call him to say, oh, this for this thing you did. Oh, thank you so much. I forgot. You will see the person longing to come back home to you. Appreciation is a very strong magic when it comes to turning couple on. In number 5, communication. Do you know that couples who don't communicate about their sexual preference are most likely going to have issues enjoying their intimate activities? You can imagine if a guy come to touch you in places that do not mean anything to you and you just keep pretending and behaving as if you are enjoying it just to make him do and get off your body, or a guy expressing the same gesture to the wife, you are headed to destruction. That is why communication is the key, not just in activating or enjoying a quality intimate activity, but equally on a day-to-day living. You need to make communication, clear communication, very important. If he performed very well, good, honey, you performed very well. But if you had done this to this part of my body and that part of my body, I could have enjoyed it more. Babe, this is it. I enjoyed what you did, but don't you think you could have done this? If you can carry your spouse along on what you love, on what you want them to do for you during intimate activity, I am telling you, you are both going to be on the same page when you get down to business. But when you all keep quiet to manage each other just because you are married and you have to do this, spark will naturally go off. It will die slowly until it is completely dead. So, but communicating your sexual preference will go a long way in not just helping you to, enjoy your sexual activity, but it will go a long way in making you enjoy your relationship and even get closer, yeah, at everything you do together as couple. So communication is very important. I am going to wrap up from here. And this is my take. Couples must find what works for them. What work for Mr. A and B, Mr. and Mrs. A and B may not work for Mr. and Mrs. D and C. So please do not copy everything you see on social media. Practice on your wife. Do not go to pornographic site to copy things to come and practice on your spouse. Try to study each other's needs. Try to understand what works for the both of you and use it to harness your intimate relationship. And when you practice all this, you will find out that you are actually growing older and closer. Yes. And if a woman, sometimes I counsel, when I teach in convention, you hear older women ask questions like, what if the place is no longer producing enough fluid like it used to? What do we do? I advise them, go to to your doctor. You get a prescription of the appropriate gel to use to help you enjoy this intimate activity, regardless of how old you are, regardless of the situation of the environment. The both of you will still enjoy yourselves as long as you are put together. In order to have a peaceful and successful marriage, intimate relationship must not be taken for granted. You must make it a priority, regardless of your age and how long you have been in marriage.